All right, I got Kyle Sternberg, Aiden Martin, and Luke Sternberg here from the AHSTW Vikings. We're going to go left to right to make this easy on every question. First of all, you guys just beat Mount Air 41-13 in a game that a lot of people thought was going to be close, including myself, but you guys dominated from start to finish. Kyle, go down the line. We'll start with you. Give me your initial thoughts.
I mean, Mount Air is a really good team. I thought we had a really good game plan and a lot of focus going into the week, so we were able to prepare for such a tough matchup, and then we just put it on display tonight.
Yeah, like what Kyle said, we prepared this week and we executed.
I mean, we just had to buy in. We knew it was going to be a tough physical game, and we decided to bring it our all, and I felt like we did a great job tonight. Proud of all of our guys.
All right, Aiden, I'm going to start with you. That was a team that averaged over 30 points in their first 3 games of the season. You guys shut them down, hold them to 13, really only about 7 in the first 3.5 quarters of that game. What was working for you guys on defense? Because Mount Air was really struggling to move the ball.
Communication, that was the biggest key, and picking each other up every single play.
Hey, you personally were flying all over the field. What is your mentality when you step out there on the defensive side?
I'm a ball hog. I love getting the ball.
Fair enough, fair enough. Kyle, Luke, on the offensive side of the ball, you guys really came out from the get-go. Took a 14-0 lead there early in the first quarter and never really looked back. We're moving the ball with ease all night. Kyle, start with you. What was working for the offense?
I mean, the line was just doing an amazing job being able to make holes and create time for me to get the balls out to our playmakers. And then it's just we wanted to make a good impact right off the gate to try and knock them on their heels, and we thought we did that pretty well.
Yeah, we got a lot of firepower on this team. Like I said last week, all these guys are dogs. They can all make plays. So it really felt like that went well for us.
Talk about some of those guys that made plays for you, Kyle. Braden Lund, Cole Scheffler, some of those guys that you hit deep on the passes. Nick Denning, too. Just talk about all those guys and your ability to not only get the ball to them, but for them to make a play after they catch it.
I mean, I'll say it again, just the line has just been amazing this year. They've given me time to get out there. And then I just have to be able to put it on them and make sure after they get it, they just go out and make plays. They're all just playmakers.
Luke, I assume you're probably going to say similar things about the line. You had a lot of open running lanes tonight, but you were able to make the most of them. How did you feel that your performance went tonight?
It was great. I got a lot of trust in my guys up front, and especially those blockers on the perimeter too. Like, we couldn't do it without them either. So their toughness and their grit, it's what it all puts together.
All right, guys. Well, you guys are now 4-0. You're 3-0 in District 7 and firmly in the driver's seat in your district. You just knocked off the number 5 rated team in the state. What's next for you guys? How do you guys bounce back? Not bounce back, but how do you guys build on this and continue to win throughout the season now that you're about the midway mark? Aiden, I'll start with you.
Yeah, we just keep putting the work in and think of every game as the last.
Yeah, it's just like he said, we got to keep going in, putting in the work, and making sure we're prepared for each week, no matter the opponent, and we just want to keep being 1-0 every single day.
We just got to continue getting after it. This week's over now. We got to start focusing on the next week, next week.
All right, guys, congratulations, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Here with AHSTW head coach G.G. Harris. Coach, you guys were rated number 10 in the state coming in this one, hosting number 4, and you just beat them 41-13. I know you coaches don't like to look at rankings, but that is quite the win for you guys. You're 4-0 now with a 41-13 victory over Mount Air. Just talk about it.
Yeah, honestly didn't know. They're a really good football team. So, I mean, we wanted to come in and play a really good football team. Of course, we're at home, so you kind of have to protect, you got to protect your own house a little bit. But they're just really good on both sides. So for us, to be able to come in here, our own place, and just consistently play, especially those first 3 quarters, I thought we played really, really well. And then when we didn't panic, So we had both sides of the ball. There was a couple times they put a drive on us or they stalled us out, and we didn't panic. We just kind of stuck to the process. I don't think the guys ever really got worried that we couldn't do anything against them. If anything, they were more frustrated, and we're doing much better. Maturity is really happening. So huge credit to those guys, our senior class, guys that just do the dirty work over and over and over again. And they've got playmakers. And, they had some big plays here and there. But for the most part, we limited their big plays, and we forced them to long drives and to drive the full length of the field. So, I can't say enough about it. It's another huge team win on both sides of the ball. That's a really good club over there, and they're gonna continue to get better too.
Yeah, talk about the dirty work. Obviously, both Sternbergs back there a minute ago just kept talking about how good the offensive line was tonight. And then obviously Aiden Martin is one of those guys who epitomizes dirty work. He's all over the field on the defensive side of the ball. So just talk about your battle in the trenches tonight and how you guys were able to win on defense too.
Yeah, they're really aggressive, so they play a lot of man and they're blitzing 1 or 2 backers, and that's tough to pick up and then still move people. And Luke does a great job seeing the hole, but when in doubt, you got to move people. And our offensive line is doing a great job of running their feet on contact, working to the second level, getting a chip on somebody, slowing somebody up just enough for him to make a cut. But then it's also like those guys, the dirty work on the outside. It's not fun being a receiver and blocking, and seeing someone rack up yards. I mean, we got guys that have taken a lot of pride in dominating their position. And so that's part of the dirty work too. And it doesn't matter what play we're running. I think we're finding out that, like, man, every single play can go. So why not give it our all? Why wait till week 8? Let's just give it all right now.
Yeah, talk about the defensive side of the ball. This was a team in Mount Air that averaged over 30 points a game in the first 3 games. You guys shut them down tonight. Really only 7 points in the first 3.5 quarters. How'd that happen?
Again, dirty work. I mean, I'll talk about our box. I'm going to start with Braden Lund, who kind of calls our D, whatever, gets the call kind of like the quarterback does. And he's playing the edge player, but like he's having to take on pullers every single play. He's also having to play the edge. He's communicating with safeties. And a lot of times they're blocking him so he can't make a play. So just like his discipline and his leadership on the defense side is really allowing everybody else to kind of get after it a little bit. And then you got an Aiden Martin backer group that this is their first time playing together. And you got to cover the edge because they're going to spread it out. So you go from doubles to double tight. And so they have to be versatile. And if you can have guys do that, and then when the ball's in the air and the ball's running, we got people flying to the ball. We want every hat to the ball we can. We're maintaining discipline inside the tackles, getting downhill. And I tell you what, our secondary, we were excited for it because they want to throw around. We think we can play really well in space. And they're going to get some stuff, but we're going to bend, not break. And when they give us an opportunity to make a play on a ball or come up and make a tackle, we're going to do it, And for us, we look at it as a challenge. Defensively, we want to see how good we can get each night out.
Talk about Kyle Sternberg specifically here for a second. I mean, to be a senior in this spot against a really good team, 2 undefeated teams, to step up and make some of the throws he made tonight, just talk about his performance.
Yeah, he's getting more and more comfortable stepping up and using his legs. But he grew a little bit tonight in the pocket, stepping up and getting hit and still throwing a ball down the field. And he had missed one earlier down the sideline to Braden and came back and had another one to Cole. So, I mean, it's not like it's taking him a game or two. I mean, he's been able to do it within that same game. And so he's getting more and more confident in himself, trusting his receivers, trusting the timing of things. So he's really growing every game. He's growing within practice. He's believing in it. And he knows he's got a trusted timing in his receivers. And I think as he progresses, so do the receivers. So, I mean, I'm a basketball guy a little bit too. So, like, people are making each other better. The receivers and line are making Kyle better. And when the ball's in Kyle's hands, he's also making other people better too.
All right, talk about moving forward. You guys are 4-0 now, 3-0 in the district, firmly in the driver's seat in District 7. But I know you're the kind of guy that wants to keep moving forward. So you have Riverside next week. Just talk about what you're going to do over the next week to prepare and as the season progresses, what you guys are going to work on.
Yeah, I like to think we play a pretty physical brand of football, so it's going to sound like last week. We got to heal up. We got to break down film so we're healthy and ready to go next week. Riverside was in this position last year, and we were able to, they came to our place, and we were able to turn our season around. They're going to look to do the same thing. So we got to prepare to play the best team in the state next week, and we're going to get after it one play at a time for 4 quarters.
All right, Coach, congratulations. Thank you for your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.